Welcome to this week's Movie Math, where most of Hollywood had a wonderful Thanksgiving, except for Victor Frankenstein. Yes, just as he was shunned by the scientific community, American moviegoers also said, no thank you. As a result, the Fox flick found itself debuting outside of the top 10, another big embarrassment not just for studio fare, but for gothic horror as well. And things had seemed so promising. But Hollywood can give thanks that all the other movies in theaters seem to be finally delivering on their promise, at least a little bit, and that even includes Oscar fare. Leading the frame was Katniss once again, although she's still trailing her Mockingjay Part 1 box office. So while The Hunger Games once again delivered one of the top 10 Thanksgiving hauls of all time, the franchise is still eroding overall. The industry trades have decided to blame the lackluster source material, again considered the weakest of the three books, but that could change if Jennifer Lawrence doesn't deliver with her two upcoming flicks, Joy and Passengers. However, Lawrence is booked solid for so long and is using her star power as leverage to move behind the camera, co-scripting with Amy Schumer, and now looking to direct a movie, that she's pretty much indestructible at this point, especially with that Oscar. She will always work forever. The only question is in what type of movies and in what capacity. The same can be said for Pixar, which has stunning brand loyalty at this point. 70% of moviegoers are saying they came out to see The Good Dinosaur over the holiday weekend purely because it's a Pixar movie, giving the animation studio a surprisingly solid bow for a flick that's ad campaign was almost non-existent. Well, perhaps more accurately, Pixar and parent company Disney just couldn't make anyone care about The Good Dinosaur, despite releasing several trailers, TV spots, and a slew of merchandise prominently displayed at their Disney stores. Yet still, The Good Dinosaur has the fourth biggest Thanksgiving opening ever. And while it might be trailing fellow Disney and Pixar fare, strong word of mouth could help this movie go the distance, just like Arlo and Spot. Clearly, Pixar intends The Good Dinosaur to be one of their younger skewing properties, a la Cars. And it's worth noting that the Dino opened on par with the automobiles. And that franchise is quite lucrative, especially overseas. As for Creed, it seems the latest Rocky flick is taking the powers that be by surprise, just like Adonis himself. Not only is it showing tremendous staying power from day to day already, a good sign for its long-term prospects, but there's actually Best Supporting Actor buzz for Stallone. Creed will easily be the biggest debut for a Rocky movie ever, not adjusting for inflation, sure, but that's still going to give Michael B. Jordan and writer-director Ryan Coogler major career boosts. In fact, with Ava DuVernay passing on the gig and F. Gary Gray booked with Fast and Furious 8, don't be surprised if Coogler signs on to direct Black Panther by New Year's, if not maybe this week. As for the rest of the holiday box office, Spectre also continues to show impressive staying power, and worldwide is not only already the fifth highest grossing movie of the year, but, despite a lot of competition in the spy genre, prove that you still can't top 007's brand recognition. The only bad news is that with Spectre already playing in China, it seems unlikely this latest flick will be able to join Skyfall in the billion-dollar club. Then some Oscar fare finally showed up in the top 10. Spotlight stayed at number 8 from last week, but with an additional 300 theaters, it got into the double digits overall. Then Brooklyn, building buzz for weeks in limited release, finally went semi-wide and popped into the top 10 as well. Then Carol, still in limited release in its second weekend, held up incredibly well, putting a much-needed positive spin on its only solid debut last weekend. And sadly, The Danish Girl could also only boast a solid debut, as the once white-hot Oscar contender opened with a mere $50K per theater. Yes, it seems more and more that this year's awards race is wide open, a good sign for Leo and Mad Max. As for this coming weekend, audiences will mostly be served leftovers, as Krampus is the only new release, and it isn't expected to scare up much business. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.